we can so with that being said, we have the pleasure and honor to have Dr. Silvia Dubovoy, who is my grandmother and inspiration of this project. She is someone that I admire deeply and has so much knowledge and experience that I think is going to be very valuable to all of you during this time. The intent here is really to just learn from her in terms of how we can better use structure and routine into the daily activities we do with our children, which would in terms actually bring alleviate the pain or the stress for those working parents out there. So, without further ado, I want to introduce Dr. Silvia Dubovoy, and thank you again very much for being here with us.
So, hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank you for joining me in this Zoom. I hope that the meeting can bring some kind of peace, maybe to parents and also for the teachers. My idea is to join you or to have you to be able to talk to you in such a way that you understand that sometimes life presents us with many crises, and these crises are opportunities for learning different ways to approach life. And this situation, in some way, is taking us from many privileges and many liberties. But at the same time, I want you to think that it's giving us opportunities to be with ourselves, and in your case, to be with your children, maybe with your partner, with maybe family members. I think it's a great opportunity also for relationships. It's a moment of awakening of consciousness about what are we doing, how are we doing everything. But I really, in my life, I have learned the importance of approaching fear with ease and patience, rather than with my mind struggling to find answers. I think that your mind needs not to be restricted or overwhelmed, especially when you have children around you. So I feel like my idea to talk with you is to just think what we can learn from all this situation and to make it the best possible for each of us. And the first step that I believe is to really manage your emotions, your fears, so you can control them. And then you can make, well, maybe wiser choices, better decisions about what to do. If you're stressed, it's very difficult to take, to make a good decision. Do not overthink. Do not overthink, and maybe watch the news just for a moment. Yes, you have to be alert. Yes, you have to be careful, but also you have to reduce any negative thinking. Every time you think about something negative, you have to take it out of your mind, especially if you are surrounded by children, because we transmit our stress to children. And you want maybe to think, okay, there's here and now, there is nothing else I can do. And we just need to be balanced in some way and peaceful to be able to connect with others, with children, with this. I have offered Alex to help him to talk with the teachers and help them to understand we are all learning new ways of communicating. We are all learning ways of being with each other. We are blessed. That's something that we, as I have always been against the screens and the computers and things. Well, thanks to internet and thanks to the computer and thanks to the technology, we all the world can communicate to each other. So we should be grateful about what we have. We all still have water, we all still have light. And I have gone through these situations many times in my life. When polio was starting, when other sicknesses have been, and yes, it causes fear, but that cannot paralyze. You just have to be alert and be healthy as much as you can. So we like it or not, we are going to be like this for some time. So I would like to just invite you to do certain things in your home, to do certain things in your lives, that can in some way make our life and the life of others around us a little easier. I know how difficult it is for parents to be with the children, especially when they have work. And the thing is that I have learned is that, of course, it's very difficult for the first year because the child is very dependent upon us. After 1 year, even after they can sit, there are things that you might be able to do with them. So they can be doing their own thing and you can be working on the other side. There are many parents that have done this work and they have their children, but the most important is if you have order in your house, if you have structure, if you have organization, if you start every day making a schedule, a calendar in which it's not a vacation, it's really like going to work, and you organize your house in such a way that you really compromise yourself to go in the morning and have breakfast, dress yourself, dress your children. It's not a vacation. It's not being all day long with a pajama. Make that children like if they would be going to the school, and it's an activity. So every day you start with some kind of schedule and time. So life is like that. I am now 81 years old, and I am isolated since March 13. And still, every morning I take my bath, I dress myself, I accommodate my house, I organize everything, I have a calendar. I am working as never before. So I'm occupied and I'm positive. You have to live day by day because there is no other way to go. There is nothing we can do. And that's a feeling, instead of taking this feeling as an impotence, take this feeling as, okay, so now I have myself, I have my children. How do I learn about my children? How can I help them to become these children that are going to be for the future? We do not know what comes for them for the future. So in my mind, it's going to be what kind of skills I can give them in the house that I can help them to survive in any circumstances. Children are resilient, but also they are extremely intelligent. And we parents overprotect them. And they are wise. They know what to do. There are very young children in our schools that we see that they can even solve conflicts by themselves. So one of the things that I could say is in 15 minutes or something, because I would like to respond to your questions, is think about two things at least. I am going to give you more. I am going to send you some documents about movement, which is very important, how to help in the house. But if you think about order, structure, and organization, and that order will help you. We serve order, and order will help us. So you have to really make a list and a plan, like a business plan, about what are you going to do that week with your children. I'm not so sure if you have one, if you have two, you have more children, but you have to be able to have a schedule for each child and see exactly how are you going to support them in different aspects. The first one that you have to be sure is that they all have good nutrition, because one of the things that we need for this virus is to be immune to the virus. You really have to have a healthy body. So nutrition is very important. Do not leave that. So make a list about what do you need and try to support as much as you can the nutrition of these children. The other thing that you want is that the behavior of the children might be upsetting you. You cannot be upset. You have to maybe you have to relax, maybe you have to breathe, maybe you have to do yoga, you have meditation. Try to control yourself, because you transmit that to the children. You're a model for the children. If the child can understand, you can explain, yes, we're going through a very difficult moment. There is a virus outside and we do not want you to catch it. I think they can understand. And then you try to explain to them, yes, we are going to be here for some time, and let's organize ourselves and organize your space in such a way that everyone in that family has a space in which they can be for themselves for a certain period of time. Even a baby needs space. Even a baby needs quiet moments and be even on a mat on the floor with some toys by themselves. It's very important that you do not feel like you have to be entertaining all the time your children with toys and with games and with this. No, make a calendar. There are times you take a bath, you dress. One opportunity for you is, this is an opportunity for show. Let's see how much, how you can show me how to dress yourself, undress yourself, how you put your shoes, how you put your socks. Now it's not about time, because we have all the time of the world. They can be taking off and putting on their shoes and their socks the whole day. There is no urgency because they don't have to go to school. That dressing and things that you can do, like, for example, caring the environment, like taking care of the things that you do. So think about the things that you do in your house. Think about the space and think about the activities that you can do, sometimes with your children, but how many activities they might be able to do alone. And of course, a home is not a school. Many of the teachers have been calling me to say, oh, we want to send Montessori materials, or we want to send them exercises for reading, for writing, for numbers, for this. This is not the time for that. We don't even know if numbers or letters or that, and the child misses 1 year or whatever, they can catch up. They are extremely intelligent. Now you have to help them to have some skills. The skills that they have is independence, because the more they are going to be independent, and the more they can do things by themselves, the more time you have for doing your own work and you do in your own time. Organize yourself. I really invite you to organize yourself and try to see that how you prepare your home and how you do many things. I think that sending you this like a schedule in which you can say from this hour and this hour. The other thing is that you have to see is what each child maybe has different type of needs. So observe your child. Maybe not everyone has the same biorhythm that you have. See when the child is tired, maybe he needs some music and go to sleep. So try to see what's the biorhythm of each child and try to follow that. Don't force them to do things that they cannot do. Don't force them. We parents sometimes feel like they have to be shouting and they have to have all the toys in the floor. I am sometimes very worried because I see the announcements in TV of parents talking about what they are doing with their children, and they have like 5 or 6 activities on the floor, and they think that, oh, throwing papers and throwing the food and doing things is fun. It's not fun. This child is looking for order in their lives. I think this is a great opportunity for you to help them to be independent, to have order, to self-regulate, check when they are angry. Why are they angry? Because maybe something was, they felt frustrated, maybe because you do not understand very well their language. I think each of you have different type of needs, and children have all different type of needs as well. I am going to send with Alex certain, maybe I would say, list of things that maybe you can be doing at home. And I am offering, Alex, that if you really feel like you have more questions, I am open to respond questions. I'm here isolated. I was supposed to leave tomorrow to Spain because I have students in a master's program, and we are going to do the exams and we're going to do everything online. But I'm here for you. I am doing this with other parents in other schools. I'm also doing that, helping teachers. So you're giving me some work. I have for me, time is a gift. Why? Because at my age, be able to serve others is fascinating for me. And it's sad that it's because of what is happening, very sad. But in some ways, I never had time to do other things because I was all the time maybe pushing the students or responding to my students' work and everything. And now if I have an opportunity to help parents to have a different relationship with their children, to try to understand them, we do not know what's going to be in education anymore. We do not know if education is going to be with everyone. All the schools are closed. All the universities are closed. It's going to be online. I don't know if it's all going to be online. So how do you want to prepare your child for a future that we do not know? Skills. They need to be healthy in movement, in language, in independence, in self-discipline. They have to have a good behavior. They have to have a movement. Is so important because they are growing. So in your house, you can have things for them to maybe to crawl or to climb. Be creative. I think that Crisis is for that. to be creative without putting the child in danger. Try to see how do I accommodate this house in an orderly way, not throwing things. Show them that when you take a toy, you have to put it back in the same box. Help with order, with organization. I know that for me has been a blessing in that I have organized all my house. And then now I am trying to see that I can write, because I never had the time to do it. So you have the time to establish a relationship with your children. I'd be glad to send you books. So send you books so you understand what means attachment, how they can have a good separation from you. They are different minds. They have a different mind that is absorbing things. What do you want that child to absorb from your home, from your values, from your things that you're presenting to them? There are also excellent programs that they can see. I am against, of course, of television, but they are very good programs. And if you do it in a measure, you also can have 15 minutes, maybe half an hour. It depends. It's not good for children before 2 because they don't understand and you do not know what they are absorbing in their mind. But after 2 years, you can organize and put some hours in which they can see something. Of course, I am going to try to help Alex and the teachers to see if they can maybe have a connection with the children. Maybe children will be happy to see the faces of their teachers, maybe for 15 minutes, or maybe you can have access to certain questions. I am open to help you in any way I can. I know that for Alex and for the teachers, this has been a very challenging time, not only for you. We are all in the same boat. We are all in the same situation. And here I am with my experience trying to explain you that children are much more than what we think. Let them tell you what do they think, what do they imagine. Let them have art, painting what they are feeling, what they are having. But the most important is that you have a schedule and timing, not whenever. No, keep on having that time because that will give you peace. That will give you a feeling I can control. The only thing that you can control now is the time that you are with your children. Anything that is happening in the world outside, you cannot control. So please, I really invite you to go through your house, see how you can have minimum things, discard things that you do not use, make a very simple house, very simple, put away things that children can break, or also, so they can maybe explore your house. Maybe they can crawl on their things that you on their tables. Maybe they can climb on some of the things, but just think that are safe and things that maybe children, so which are the aspects that you have is language, communication, reading books all the time, music. I know that we were just talking with Christina, the movement is so important. Music and movement. Children can move with the music. You can do exercise with music. And there are many things that are not doing in YouTube and in other places to help parents of different ages on different things that they can do for 15 minutes, for 5 minutes to have them. But have that in a timetable. It's only during this time. This is the time for eating. This is time for sleeping. This is the time for taking a bath. This is the time. That gives you peace, inner peace. And then it's the only thing that you can control. And children, you will see, I promise you, that you will see that children start feeling peaceful themselves when there is order, when there is no chaos, when they know that I can trust my parents because they are in control of the situation. They don't get depressed. They are not worried. They are not shouting to me. They are just being there. What a great opportunity to learn how to be a real parent. These children will have a memory of this experience for the rest of their lives. So let's make that experience a rich experience in vocabulary, in things about nature. If you still can go out, they talk about the different names of the trees, the different names of the plants. Show them, for example, why a bird has a beak, why they have wings, why the animals. We are blessed because we have all this beautiful nature. Maybe you can see from the window, like now, for example, that I can see the clouds. That cloud, I can see that cloud, a face in that cloud. Or I can see the names of the clouds. I can learn so many things that you have as parents. You do not need us to give you papers to fill out numbers and letters as teachers. That's not what they want. What they want is to establish a relationship with you. There is a wonderful book, and there is it's called I think I was just thinking about about the things that are important in life, and the things that this was a scientist that was writing about how his father used to take him to the forest, or even to a garden, or even have maybe a small plant in your house, or maybe start showing them how you can grow certain seeds. If you can have some seeds, nature in your home would be fantastic for the children, because they can see things happening. They see like how a bean can grow, how a corn can grow. Things that you see about nature has many, many examples of beautiful things. I think that I can be talking with you for an hour, and I know that it's already 5, that like it's already 8, it's going to be 9 for you. So I just wanted to tell you, please write the calendar and with details following what you have observed from your child. Each child has a different biorhythm. When you want to play with them, see that they are alert, that they are interested. Don't just do it any time that you want. Check your children. We all go to different waves in our life. So sometimes we are very tired. Don't try to show or to give something a child that is very tired. Learn about your child, about when they sleep, how many times it takes for them, when do they go to the bathroom, what are the patterns in their lives. And your patterns, you also check about yourself. And you have now the time to think about your own body and the body of your children. What do they have? I think in reality, we are receiving a lesson from nature, from the whole world. We're receiving a lesson about taking care of ourselves and taking care of our children. We are all the time thinking about how to produce things, how to go outside. This is the time to be inside and to learn about myself. I am telling my children I am taking good care of myself, so they don't have to be preoccupied about me. To say that I love them is to take good care of myself. And I expect from my children and my grandchildren that they are taking good care of themselves. That's a way to say I love you, because I care, because I don't want you to be worried about me. So I am taking good care of nutrition. I try to do movement. I listen the music that I want. I am listening music from my father. I dance with the music. That's the way I'm doing exercise. So in reality, for my age, the experience has taught me that these type of situations are opportunities for learning about ourselves, about our relationships, and about our children. And I'm open now for questions. I think I spoke too much, Alex, so sorry. I hope they can still have some questions.
No, that was excellent. Thank you so much. That was excellent. Thank you so much. And yeah, either you can send them through chat and I can read them out loud, or you could take yourself off mute and ask through the camera. So shoot away.
They can write, and Alex, I can be open to answer many questions even from the internet. Is that okay?
Yes, absolutely. We're all being efficient with our time here, but I think it got cut off at least on my end, but I don't know if you, what the name of that book was that you mentioned just now.
Is the things, no, because it's a book. I have it here in my bookshelf. I will send you the name. Is about the little things of life, the little things that have meaning in life. The scientist, he said that he used to go with his father to the forest, and the father will not just say, "Oh, that bird is called bluebird." He will explain why the bird had blue leaves, and why the bird had that peak. For example, there are islands in Finland, islands in which the birds do not fly because there are not animals that can kill them. So they cannot fly. So why every animal has a reason to exist? We all in this world has a cosmic task. We all have a task to do in this world. we human beings have lost that possibility because we have been maybe very selfish, very egoistic, and we have not taken good care of the environment. I think this is just a lesson, but I think children can learn many things from nature, and parents have not only that from the house, how it functions, for example, radio, how to function, what, many things that you have in home, how to open and close bottles, how to open drawers, how to put things in a basket. Children, the very young children, they love bags, and in a bag put things that they can put in their mouths, or things that are not dangerous for them, that they can hold, they can think. Their senses are looking for things to do. These children have hunger for learning. So we have so many things in the house. It's going to help parents to be creative.
Great. Thank you so much. We have a couple more questions that just came in. The first one is, it's really hard to keep a schedule when we have meetings and conference calls while working from home.
I think that the meetings, what I have
still keep a routine, but
that to have but working at home, I think they have to organize the meetings in hours, and try to everyone has to respect those hours. I know that everyone is working. I'm working as well. I have students with that, so I have special hours, and it's going to be very difficult because you have to attend many bosses, but your first priority would be your child. So I believe that if you organize well your house and you have a routine with your children, you will be able to have time to respond to those meetings. It's just a matter of order and organization.
okay, thank you so much.
I hope that helped, but I believe we have done it, and we're doing it. And I think that one way that we can help is maybe we can train the teachers in some way to know how to do some, so they can have, during the time that they have their meetings, maybe the teachers can come and talk with the children or do something that can help. Maybe. That's what in some places they are doing. I have a list of activities and lists that they are doing in Spain, and they are doing in San Diego, and they are doing in many other places, in Canada also. We are in many ways, the teachers, and the United States is doing certain things. In Canada, all the daycare centers are open because most of the people that are working, and they don't have meetings or business, but they are in the school that I know, they are all the children of the nurses, the doctors, and the firemen. So these teachers don't have any other choice, and they have accepted that, but it's for a certain period of time. Now, it's very difficult to do it, and I know the schools are suffering, and many teachers do not have a job, and we are all here in the same situation, all of us in the same situation. And we just hope that everything will be better in some weeks. But try to not think about that. Try to think, what am I going to do today so I am not stressed? Here and now, I do meditation, I do many breathing, I clear myself, and I make a list of my priorities. And the priority is to be peaceful with the children, because children will go back to school, and this experience can be a traumatic experience or not. It depends upon unfortunately, it depends on the parents.
Thank you for sharing again. We have some more questions. One question is, if you can please share some ideas on how to encourage and set up a toddler for successful free.
I cannot hear you.
Play.
No.
How to encourage and set up a toddler. Can you hear me now?
No. Can you write it?
What about now? Yes.
Because I can read a question about feelings, and I can tell that mom that has the feelings, it's okay to let the child know that you're sad, and that you are that there is a virus, and that we are fighting the virus, and without scaring. I think the most important is not to show fear, but be patient. And you explain to them, yeah, I'm sad there are many things happening, but we are try to think about the good things that you have and not the bad things. We have light, we have water, we have some food, we have a space. Here in San Diego have been horrible storms. For me, I am an older person. I have to be cleaning because the water has entered into the windows. And there are certain things that you can control, certain things you cannot control. But if you just give up trying to control other things, just accepting that, you become more peaceful. How to encourage and set up a tool for successful free play. I think parents do not understand free play. What do we mean by free play? Parents sometimes feel like free play is run and shout and jump on the beds and jump on this. Children get so excited about that because they go out of control. That's not free play. They can have free play in a corner with different type of activities. They can have also use their imagination by painting. They need to be doing things because we human beings when we don't have anything to do, we start doing things that go out of our energy. So children start shouting and jumping and after 5 minutes or 10 minutes, they start crying because the energy is not control. Life is control. Life is about self-regulation. When people study about executive functions, is to have flexibility and to have self-control. And to regulate yourself, you have to understand that there are limits. And limits are okay, not the limits placed by the parents or by the adult, but limits because we're all living together. I have my space. In your space, you can do this thing. I have my space. In my space, I'm going to do things. I don't know why parents think that free play is just run and be crazy. We are going to learn that there are other ways also. There have been people that have lived in caves for years, and still children play with different type of things and roll themselves and do things in very small places, and they can survive. So this is a matter of thinking about what is best for my child, and even start thinking about, is free play, is that what I want? And make them like jumping. And it's like what has happened here in Florida, children, youngsters that went because there was a spring break, and now they have more problems. Why? Because it was free, because you can just do things. It's a time of control. This is a time of self-control. It would be great for children to learn how to control themselves and to self-regulate.
Thank you for sharing this one more.
I have learned about many things, and I would love to help you understand more about that. But I think there is a book, it's by Liz Elliott. It's What's Going On in There. I think that's a book that every parent should read. I don't know if Amazon can send that to you. I hope it will send it for free. But there are, to really understand your child and see that the child is a different person, and that we as parents do not need to be entertaining them. We just need to live with them and make their lives easier for them and easier for us. We are collaborating with them, and they have to participate with us. So if you are, for example, in the kitchen, put something for the kitchen for them to do. If you are in the bathroom, put something so they can help you cleaning some things. They want to participate in the life of the house. They want to participate in what. I think this is as a researcher, I would have this as a social experiment. It's really a social experiment to see how parents are going to cope, and those that are going to be peaceful, that are really going to accept this is the situation. Let me take advantage of this and make it the best possible for me and for my child. It's going to be much better. It's not a Montessori book. It's by Liz Elliott. Let me see if I can write it for you. Let me see if I can write here. No, I don't. I don't have chat. Type message here. Liz Elliott, what is going on in there? And the book is not the book. The name of the book, I just remember, is The Pleasure of Finding Things Out. Okay, I would love to also invite the teachers, if they have anything that they want to ask me, I would be happy to answer to them. I know they should be missing their children as well, because they were doing a great job with them. So they should be also missing the same way the children are missing them. So maybe we can, maybe send them a message, a WhatsApp, maybe connect them with the children so they can see if they can connect themselves. I have something called house party with my daughters, and we do house party with my daughters, with my granddaughters, all women, and we had a lot of fun. We usually meet at the same time every day. It's called House Party. It's an app. So maybe you can have that app for your teachers. Anything else, Alex?
I haven't seen it. I'm sure we'll be sharing with everyone the resources that and the notes from today's video recording with everybody else. We just got one more question that just came in. This will be the last question, and then any other questions that anybody has, feel free to
What can we
share
use
them. And the last question is,
what can we use to focus on social and emotional?
If you can read it out loud, please.
What can we use to focus on social emotional development during this time? You are as a parent, it's just how would you like your child to really see you? And you can play with them, you can also, I don't know, you have friends or something. What I have found is that if I connect with another person, one of the things is isolation. Don't be isolated. Talk with someone, even with the Zoom or with a telephone. Just talk with someone. And children also want to talk with another child. So have the face of another child, or see them watching certain things that is another child. Because as a social, they are social beings, no matter what, and they are now living a relationship with the parents. Emotionally is what we need to support them. And you can tell them when they are sad or when they are crying, oh, I know you're crying, or I am crying, right? It's okay. It's okay to show what you have, and then to show that you can also laugh, that you can just also have fun. So try to be as spontaneous as you are. I would say follow your heart. This is the time in which we are going to learn about ourselves. Don't fake it. Don't fake it, because children understand. You are like, when children are looking at you, it's like transparent. They see you through. They see you. You can be smiling, but children know exactly how are you feeling. So be honest with them. Be authentic with them, and just be yourself. And try to cheer up a little, because, take this as day by day. And if we all together start sending positive energy, that energy will come back to us in the same way, and we will overcome this situation. Just, it's a matter of being responsible. We're learning many things from this experience. So take it as a learning experience, and know more yourself. For those that are alone, write a journal. Write a journal about how do you feeling, what happened during your day. And the best thing, please, is nutrition and sleeping, Alex. You have to sleep. Children need to sleep, and you have to sleep. In the night when you sleep, all your cells recuperate all the energy that you lose. You have to be healthy. Your immune system has to be healthy. And that's what you need to protect right now. Your vitamins, your nutrition, and sleeping. Sleeping is the best protection towards any kind of sickness. Here I am. I don't know why. 81 years and I still have a lot of energy. Okay? I think that's it for today because I have to see my family that start meeting now. Okay?
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Love you
Thank
all.
you very much, Dr. Silvia Dubovoy.
Thank you.
I will be with you. Okay? Take care.
Yeah, we'll be sending out the information. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank
Okay.
you. Bye. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Good night.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Thank you.